Encounter is brought to you by the Broome County Council of Churches, where we connect compassion with needs as we inspire growth with dignity. You'll find us in special places throughout the community. For those who remain hungry, we provide meals. For those who are challenged, we build wheelchair ramps. We comfort those who are ill, minister to those who are confined, and we remain an advocate for change and understanding on behalf of every element of our community. Connect and inspire. Encounter the Broome County Council of Churches.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to Good morning, and welcome to Encounter with Broome County Council Churches, as well as WBNG. I'm your host, Talia Moore, and this week we're continuing our session about the Soul series. Today I have with me Joe Becker, and we're going to be talking about laughter for the soul. This time of year can be so difficult with the holidays, and some people may get down or discouraged through different things. And today we're going to brighten your mood a little bit, just talking about laughter and about self-esteem, and just basically how you can bring yourself up during the holidays and really start to laugh and get that good laugh medicine in your system. Hi, Joe. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me today.
That is awesome. You already had me laughing my head off already, and so I can't wait to get into this interview with you. Joe, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Originally, I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Been living in Endicott and Binghamton area for the last 13 years. Mm-hmm. Own a barbershop, and I do comedy for the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. I'm also a father, 4 kids, and an awesome lady that puts up with my stuff. So I'm lucky.
That is awesome. So, so you say you have your hat there, Faces Barbershop.
Yes.
We'll talk about that first. Can you give us a little bit more background about Faces Barbershop?
I started cutting hair when I moved up here. I had a troubled youth for a little bit. I got in some trouble and made some stupid mistakes. Mm-hmm. And I came up here and couldn't find work, so I got into cutting hair. And for the last 5 years, I've owned my own shop. Mm-hmm. After being mentored by a very good barber in the area. Taught me everything I know, and I'm grateful for that as always. But, you know, sometimes you just have to do different things. Mm-hmm. And so for the last 5 years, I've had my own shop, and like anything in life, it has its ups and downs, but right now it's still going strong, and have a really good team behind me that works with me and supports me, and you know, people like us, so we're still in business.
That is awesome. I heard that you guys are doing a lot of different things in the community as far as working with people dealing with cancer and other issues surrounding their hair. And it's so vital just about self-esteem when someone gets, goes to the hair salon and gets their hair done or gets their nails done or even go to the barber. Yeah. There's a self-esteem that comes with that after they basically have been groomed. And so tell us more about, like, how do your customers respond maybe before and after they've experienced Faces Barbershop?
A good haircut will make any guy feel good. You know, you're having a bad day, you're in a bad mood, you come in, you get a haircut, it may change your mood. Mm-hmm. There's a saying, you look good, you feel good. Mm-hmm. So when you come in, even the women, when they get their hair done, they feel like, all right, let me put that outfit on, I'm gonna go out tonight and mess up my hair and end up sleeping anyway. But for that couple hours, it boosts your confidence. And we get people that come in of all walks of life and all demographics, and sometimes they come in and they haven't had a haircut in 6 to 8 months or something.
Wow.
So I love taking pictures of people like that because it's a before and after. It's a complete makeover.
Right.
And I like to make people feel good, whether it's making them laugh or making them look good. Mm-hmm. Everyone likes to feel good. You have to make people feel good.
And that's the thing is that the holidays can be so overwhelming. We're shopping, we're worrying about finances, we're worrying about work, we're worrying about different things. And a lot of people don't take time for themselves. They basically just run themselves over, and their self-care and their self-health is probably one of the last things that they even think about when it comes to times and seasons like this. So it's very important to have that self-care first. And
that's what gift certificates are for.
Get those gift certificates, guys.
Gift certificates.
And so those things are so vitally important when it comes to just even thinking about taking a moment just to relax yourself and to take care of yourself. Because I think once you take care of yourself, I think that's when you're able to take care of everybody else that's surrounding you.
Absolutely.
And the stress level goes down, and you're able to be confident in who you are, what you're doing, and and it kind of is a trickle effect, like a roll down effect. So, now we were talking about some of the things that you've done in the community with cancer as well. We can go back to that. What are some things that you guys have been doing at the shop?
Every year we do, we're invited to do St. Baldrick's at Binghamton University,
Okay.
which is a nationwide event, and basically it's people come, they donate, and they show support by shaving their heads.
Okay.
I've been involved with that the last 2 years, and this will be our 3rd year doing it. Not really sure of the date, but if you go online, it'll tell you. And I enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's my grandparents passed away from cancer.
Wow.
So it's in my family, and it affected me at a young age. So I like to give back when I can if people are doing benefits. And I welcome people, come to the barbershop, and we donate gift certificates for basket raffles and stuff like that. I don't mind doing stuff like that, especially like for good causes, anything to help people. Because at the end of the day, like, we're all human, and helping each other is what we're supposed to do. Like, some people think like they have money in their wallet that's going to make them rich, but it's not. You have to be rich in your soul, and you have to be rich by helping people. And I don't have millions of dollars. I don't have anything like of real value, but at the end of the day, nothing makes me feel better than being able to help someone, and it just makes me feel good. So I like to make other people feel good,
That is amazing. And you just find purpose in the small things.
Yeah.
Shaving someone's hair for cancer, or even just, like you said, someone who's coming in to just brush themselves up, or someone who hasn't cared for themselves for months.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely a different transition. But each one has maybe a similar outcome that they leave, you leave your shop just a little bit more confident in themselves and ready for the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so just a segue into the comedy part. Can you really get into that and let us know, how did that even come about? I mean, you're cutting hair, you're in the community, you're doing different events for people, and comedy comes along. How did that happen?
Actually, it was a conversation between me and a buddy of mine named Jack Kalb. I'm going to give you a shout out, Jack, because I know you always want credit for this. And my buddy Jack, one day, me, him, and his wife were having dinner, and we were talking, and he said, "Man, you're funny. You should do comedy." And I'm like, "Nah, no way." He's like, "Listen, they're doing a local open mic event. You should do it." And I'm like, "Nah." And he's like, "I'm telling you, man, you'd be great at it." And I asked around, asked a couple of friends, and, "Hey, if I did this, what would you think?" And a lot of people were like, "Man, if you did that, I'd come watch."
Wow.
So I'm like, "Yeah, you'd come watch me crash and burn. You're not gonna come to watch the the event came up, and it was funny. It was a contest, actually.
Okay.
So it already had set contestants in the comedy thing.
Okay.
And I showed up, and I asked the guy, "Hey, man, can I get in?" And he told me it was pretty set. They really don't let anybody in. I said, "Listen, there's about 60 people here to see me crash and burn." And he was like, "No way." I was like, "Yeah." So he got on a microphone and said, "How many people are here for this guy?" And a lot of people were clapping. All right, I guess I got to give you some time. So I did it, and I probably did about 10 minutes of ranting. I don't even remember what I said or how I did it.
Wow.
But when I got done, a lot of the comedians were like, "Man, that was great. How long you been doing this?" And I'm like, "It's my first night."
Wow.
And they're like, "Man, it was really good." So it just felt good. Like, you get it's like anything else, like singing or rapping or poetry or anything. Once you get off that stage and you get the audience to feel what you feel, it's empowering, and you get this euphoria. It's like a rush. It feels good. So I like that. I enjoyed it, and it's like anything else. You got to work at it.
Right.
So the more time you get on stage, and the more you do, the better you get. And I mean, I'm nowhere near being great or anything like that I think of, but I'm gonna keep trying.
Absolutely. Greatness comes in time.
Indeed.
So how do you believe that even people who are, I mean, you said, oh my goodness, 60 people or so showed up, just for that small event. How do you believe comedy allows people to overcome issues of like depression or loneliness or sadness or anything like that?
I feel like you got to be able to laugh at things. We all have insecurities. Everyone's insecure. Even the biggest people the most muscular, the best looking, they all have an insecurity. And most of the time, our insecurities actually drive us. So when you dwell on stuff that you can't overcome, laughter is great medicine. Laughter, you can take the most bad thing about you or something you think is horrible and turn it into something funny.
Right.
And instead of people making fun of you, they can laugh at you or laugh with you.
Mm-hmm.
But it also helps you shed the weight of feeling like insecure
Mm-hmm.
because you can laugh at it.
Right.
And laughter is the best medicine. If you're having a bad day and you get a good laugh,
Mm-hmm.
your day is better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, especially like people who are depressed, a lot of comedians are depressed.
Wow.
It's it's been known that a lot of comedians are depressed because they turn their pain into laughter, and it helps them get over it. And hopefully, all of us have moments of where we're down and out, you know what I mean? And you really just got to keep pushing, because at the end of the day, the only thing you have is life,
Right.
And it's very worth it to just laugh and live and be happy instead of dwelling on stuff you can't control and being sad, It's
Wow.
only up to you to change and be what you want to be. So a good laugh can inspire that, you know what I mean?
That is amazing. That is amazing. We are with Joe "Face" Becker. He is the barber for Faces Barbershop, owner-operator, and he has a pretty cool team that goes along with him. And he's also a local and national comedian. And so just speaking about some of your inspiration in comedy, I know that you had just gotten into this about 5 years ago, I guess, in a dare. But so who are some of your comedy inspirations?
First comedian I ever seen, I was probably 8 years old, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble if my mom's watching this. But I snuck an Andrew Dice Clay tape.
Oh, no.
And I watched that, and I just thought it was great how this guy's on stage making a whole audience of people just laugh
Wow.
hysterically. And then just from there, Eddie Murphy, Rodney Dangerfield. I've met some great comedians coming up. I've met George Lopez and Dale Hughley and Eddie Griffin.
Wow.
Charlie Murphy, Tracy Morgan, my buddy Ruperto Vanderpool, who's awesomely funny, and he's coming up. He's great.
Wow.
And they've inspired me, and they've always been. It's different when you see comedians who are on TV and actually have done something with it. Their energy, and positivity is just so different from certain people, from other people. It's like anything in life. Some comedians can be very cliquey. Some comedians can be very nitpicky about what you do and how you do it. But it's just levels, you know what I mean? When you get to a certain level and you see people who are actually inspiring, there's never any negativity.
Right.
They're good people, and they've made it, and they want to see other people make it. And they truly, like those guys that I've mentioned, any conversations I've ever had with them, they're always like, hey man, keep going, keep doing it. You're good at what you do, you'll get there, it takes time. And it's always very encouraging and inspiring. And that influences me because, sometimes I'm negative, and it makes me not want to be negative because I'm like, if these guys can be so positive,
Right.
and obviously they come from some of the same backgrounds I come from,
Right.
It's inspiring, and it makes you strive to be better. You know what I mean? Because you are the company you keep. So if you keep yourself around good, positive, providing people, then you'll be that person as well.
That is amazing. That's just amazing that you have such strong inspirations as well as even met them and, converse with them and have that opportunity to have someone mentor you, not only from, a local level or who you've been under locally, but also nationally and,
Well, in
and
all
abroad.
honesty, a lot of the local friends that I have and have made over the years, they inspire me a lot more, and they've helped me change a lot. I've actually come a long way, not to toot my own horn, but the person I am today to the person I was 10 years ago, I couldn't have done it without a lot of the influences and the people I've made, such as yourself, and a lot of my local friends who are always in my corner and have helped me through some tough times.
Wow.
And actually support me. Some local people have traveled hours, 3-4 hours, just to come see a show,
Wow.
to see me do 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. But just that support, it means the world to me because it shows that, you have good people in your corner. And with that, you can do anything.
And that is also important that, even with the times that we're in, you need good people in your corner. You need people who are going to surround you with love and prayer and constant mediation for things that you may be going wrong or you may need advice on. And so keeping that circle of friends around you is also so very important to the person who you are now and the person who you will become in the future. And, just taking that note, guys, just kind of stepping back a little, you said you have you have children, and just speaking about the youth of today, and so many things are surrounding our youth, as far as positive things, as well as also things that could distract them and take them down wrong paths. What would you say to maybe an aspiring youth who is struggling, or who wants to get into comedy, or wants to do something inspirational, but maybe doubting himself, or maybe doubting herself, or may put themselves in the category of someone who's not able to or not worthy to? What would you say to that youth?
Don't ever feel down on yourself. Like I said, we all get down on ourselves, but for the youth, it's hard. It's hard. They're surrounded by so many things. They see everything that's going on TV, and TV likes to promote a lot of negativity sometimes, even though they don't know it. It's good TV. You know, the reality TV is the worst TV, but it's true, and that's how people are. But for the youth, it's like you can be anything you want, and I never really knew that growing up. I learned that a little bit later in life. But anything you put your mind to, you can do, and you're always gonna have people that tell you can't do it. You can't do it. When I first started cutting hair, people would tell me, "Get a real job. You're never going to be a barber. You're never going to be good at it." You know what I mean? And here we are. I've been cutting hair 13 years.
Wow.
And have my own business for 5.
Wow.
And it's a gift and a curse. It has its ups and downs like anything else in life.
Right, right.
But people told me I couldn't do it. And that kind of motivated me more to do it. When I did comedy, people were like, "You'll never be on TV. You'll never do this. You'll never do that." You know, and I'm not there yet, but guess what? I'm going to work towards it. And when I do, those are the first people I'm going to give a ticket to sit front row. The people that told me I couldn't do it. So.
And I mean, that you need people to, I mean, sometimes those things can inspire you to kind of push you and nudge you to move forward. But, you know, it's always good to have balance here with whatever it is that you're working with or working towards. And, you know, the youth, like I said, they are bombarded with a lot of things that come their way. But they can, like you said, they can do anything if they believe that they have a gift or a talent in comedy, or, you know, singing, or even helping people out.
There's so many talented kids out there. Even that come through my barbershop. Some of these kids are just, they're so talented and respectful. And a lot of them have good guidance, and some of them don't have guidance. And I try to, you know, speak to the youth when I can. And I try to give good advice. Like, I try to be to them what I wish I had when I was growing up. And I had a lot of good, positive people in my ear.
Wow.
But as a kid, sometimes you don't listen to adults because you think, what do they know? You know what I mean? We've all been there. And, you know, I just try to give a positive message as much as possible. But I also try to be real with them. Like, nothing comes easy. You know, you get what you put in. So if you don't put in the work, no one's going to hand anything to you. I think that's the problem in today's world. A lot of people think that stuff's just going to be handed to them. And I've been lucky to have some things handed to me, but it's not because I didn't work for it, you know what I mean?
Right.
I earned it. Even when stuff is handed to you, it's still earned, so you got to earn it. And I think, like I said, you can be anything you want if you put your mind to it, you know? 20 years ago, I think I'd be sitting here getting interviewed by you on TV? Absolutely not. But we did some hard work, and we're both here, you know what I mean?
That is amazing. And literally, iron sharpens iron. I'm, you know, lucky to have you as a friend. And,
Absolutely.
And, you know, just to know and see the things that you have done in community, the impacts that you have made, and the people that you have brought together. You know, you're hosting shows now, and so just to be a part of that energy is so different. To be just invited to a show or be a part of something, but to take on the task of putting up, producing, and you know, directing those things, and you know, that's probably a whole nother ball of wax.
It's a headache. It's a gift and a curse. It's good. I like to host because it gives me a chance to work on new material, but it also gives me a chance to like kind of freestyle a little bit. Got to work with the crowd, interact with the crowd, and sometimes it's hit or miss. You know, one great piece of advice I got from a good comedian was, I have something in common with all the greatest comedians that ever lived.
Wow.
You know what that is?
What is that?
We've all bombed.
Yeah.
We've all bombed. So even the greatest comedians have bombed. So if you bomb, you get up, you dust yourself off, and you on to the next thing. But hosting, putting shows together, it's a task. As you know, you've done it. It's trying to make everybody happy, and you can't make everybody happy. But you want everything to run smoothly. And that's the thing. People have these expectations of you want everything to run smoothly. And guess what? Nothing ever runs smoothly.
Wow.
If everything in life went to plan, we'd all be millionaires. We'd all be living in big houses.
That'd be kind of great.
Yeah, it'd be great, right? Because it went according to plan. But nothing ever goes according to plan. So you got to, my thing is like just expect the unexpected and just, you got to roll with the punches.
Wow.
You got to be flexible.
That is the thing that, I mean, most people see a role and then they see, well, I can't hop over that role. And then they stop right there. And they don't want to move forward because they think that role is just way too difficult for them to overcome. And the thing about it is, it's so small because if you just step over that role,